Have you ever wondered who really controls what you see and do on the internet? Imagine your favorite websites loading slower, or certain apps becoming more expensive to use. These are the questions at the heart of the net neutrality debate. In this video, we're going to be talking about net neutrality, what it is, its history, and we're going to be talking about how the latest court ruling could reshape how we experience the internet. First off, what is net neutrality? It's the principle that internet service providers should treat all data on the internet equally. This means no throttling, blocking, or prioritizing content based on factors like user, content type, platform, website, or application. The core concepts of net neutrality are rooted in fairness and freedom. Everyone should have equal access to the internet, whether you're an individual or a small business competing with larger corporations. It ensures freedom of expression by allowing people to share information without interference from ISPs, and it provides consumer protections so ISPs can't manipulate or limit how users access the internet. While the concept of net neutrality has been around for quite some time, it was first introduced into US legislation in 2005, but it did not gain significant traction until 2015 when broadband internet was reclassified as a public utility. This reclassification allowed the FCC to enforce net neutrality rules, ensuring that ISPs could not engage in unfair practices like throttling or blocking content. However, in 2017, these rules were repealed and broadband was reclassified again, limiting the FCC's authority. Regulations were largely left to the ISPs themselves, with the FTC stepping in for consumer protections or competition concerns. Attempts to reinstate net neutrality at the federal level were made in the years that followed, but were ultimately unsuccessful. Which brings us to January 2nd, 2025. On this date, the Sixth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals ruled that the FCC does not have the authority to implement net neutrality rules. This decision effectively closes the door on net neutrality being enforced at the federal level, at least for the foreseeable future. Without an act of Congress, it's unlikely that we'll see any major changes to the status quo for quite some time. So what does this all mean for the average consumer? Without net neutrality, many internet users could face some serious challenges. However, this is less of a concern for customers of ISPs like us. While larger telecom or cable providers may prioritize profits by throttling speeds, blocking certain content, or charging extra for access to specific services, we remain committed to providing the internet as it was meant to be: fast, open, and fair. For customers of those other providers, the risks are real. Imagine a world where larger corporations can pay for faster speeds and better visibility, leaving smaller businesses and startups struggling to compete. This stifles innovation, limits consumer choice, and creates an uneven playing field that could harm the digital economy. There's also potential for a tiered internet, where ISPs bundle access to different websites or applications into different subscription packages. Basic plans might only allow access to your email or a few news sites, whereas if you want to get access to social media or streaming services, you'll have to pay extra. This has a serious chance of putting financial strain on household budgets. Even more concerning, some ISPs could use this power to block or throttle certain content entirely, effectively deciding which content is most accessible to the public. This raises serious questions about censorship and the erosion of free speech online. And let's not overlook something that is actually currently happening, and that's without regulation, large ISPs have every right to focus solely on their profitable urban areas, neglecting rural or underserved communities. But here's the key difference. As a regional provider, we're focused on serving our customers and communities, not corporate shareholders. We don't block, throttle, or prioritize content. That means our customers can continue to use the internet the way it was intended. While the broader landscape may become more challenging, our commitment to you remains the same.